Hey yo, what's going on guys? Lachlan Dunn here. In today's video, you will learn 3 big things you can do to massively enhance your sleep. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Lachlan Dunn, holistic health and nutrition coach, personal trainer, helping combat sports athletes to sleep optimally for total recovery and to increase performance. I'm also going to be giving away 3 free strategy courses. So if you want the best sleep of all time and you want to holistically optimize your health and performance, just comment yes. So 3 big things we can do to optimize our sleep and really get the most out of our sleep. So the first one is very simple and it's going to play a massive role, and it's linked back to my previous video which I talked about circadian rhythms. So what we want to do upon waking, which is hopefully before the sunrise, ideally, we want to get outside. Okay, we want to expose ourselves to nature's lighting and that lighting change that's going to occur as the sun's coming up. Okay, by us doing this, we're letting our body know that it's morning. Okay, we're letting it know what time it is and that everything can start to run on this 24-hour biological rhythm. Okay, when you see the sunrise, you're actually going to balance out dopamine. You're going to start to stop melatonin production and really balance out cortisol and serotonin. Okay, this is going to be different if you're waking up and you're looking at your phone. Okay, the immediate signal you're sending to your body is that it's noon and that it's not morning. So we want to make sure that we're getting up out of bed without turning on any other artificial lighting sources. Or looking at technology. We want to get outside, let that sun shine on our skins, let it go through our eyes, let the master clock know, so we can let all other 300 internal clocks know what time it is. Okay, number 2 is going to be timing your meals. So we really want to make sure that we don't go to bed with food in our stomach. Okay, because if we go to sleep and we're still digesting food, all that energy would go to sleep is going to go to digesting food. So you're going to decline the quality and even the quantity of sleep that you get with food in your belly. We also want to make sure that we don't spike our blood sugar too late in the evening. This is going to cause a disruption, and it's also going to increase cortisol, which is a stress hormone. So we don't want to be doing that at all. So we want to make sure that we really want to stop eating about 3 hours out from bed. That is optimal. 90 minutes for a snack, like something maybe kiwi fruit are fantastic for inducing sleep and promoting this neurochemical soup that's very good for sleep. You could have cacao tea, or like a hot chocolate, like a real hot chocolate using cacao powder. You could have, maybe some cherries, a banana, eggs are fantastic, fish. That would be in your main meal, but the smaller snacks would be the kiwi fruit, cacao, and maybe some tea, maybe a liquid that's actually going to promote you getting the best sleep. So really, 3 hours out is max, 90 for your last meal, 90 minutes out for your snack. And really don't make your dinner, even though it's 3 hours out, we do want to make sure that it's high in protein and it's high in fat, with a little bit of carbs, especially if you're training. You're obviously wanting to replenish your glycogen stores. We want to have that balance of basically more protein and fat to carbohydrates, so we don't spike our blood sugar and we keep a nice steady smooth ride until we go to bed. Excuse me. The last thing we want to do is, over nighttime, as the sun goes down, we want to make sure that we reduce our artificial lighting exposure. So that's going to be things like ceiling lights, car lights, technology lights, fridge lights, any other TVs, all that kind of lighting. So what we can do, this is where we really need to optimize our environment. Society, culture, the whole world has changed. Our environments are so much different. if we were to go back, maybe 300 years ago, even 500 years ago, we only had two major light sources, and that was fire and the stars overnight. That was pretty much it. Now we're exposing ourselves to, we're drowning ourselves in mass amounts of blue light and artificial light, man-made pollution, and it's disturbing our sleep. So the easiest analogy that I can use, or easiest example, is really this. So you can see this light here, this spectrum, this wavelength of light. Okay, if you look at the whole light color chart, there's all different colors from red to blue, which is what these are, green. You got ultraviolet and more invisible lights that we can't see with our eyes. This specific wavelength taken out of that whole color chart is blue and green, and what that signals to your body is that it's noon. So if we were to look at the sun at noon, this is basically what these lights are. Okay, they're emitting that wavelength of light and and telling your body that it's noon. So you can imagine the sun goes down and your body's expecting to start to calm down, start to secrete melatonin, so we can start to signal the body that we're going to sleep. But instead, as the sun goes down, we continue that daylight by switching all these lights on, by sitting in front of technology, and even going to the gym is going to disrupt, again, our circadian rhythm, let the body know that it's noon, and completely dysregulate all these clocks. It's going to pause some that would be, healing and recovering overnight, and now going to be actively working and never actually getting this repair because they're constantly on. You're constantly telling your body that it's daytime. Essentially, we live in 18 hours of daytime now, which is completely the opposite of what nature does. So we really want to mimic nature. So what can we do to really optimize our environment and mitigate all this light, and in turn get the best sleep of all time? This is probably the biggest thing that's impacting our sleep, and it's our light source. So what we can do is we can start to switch these light globes for red and orange light globes. We can get ourselves, I don't have them near me, but we can get ourselves some blue light blocking glasses. I use an Australian company, Rhythm Optics, but there's now many great high level blue light blocking glasses on the market. So we want to get them. So again, we want to block the light from coming into our master clock, which is going to in turn regulate all these 300 plus internal clocks in our body. So we want to make sure we block the eyes, okay, because light goes through our eyes and signals to our body. So blue light blocking glasses, I believe, are essential in the society that we live in now. We also want to be using candles and things like red light lamps or even salt lamps are great, but really minimizing that harsh, very bright blue light. It's actually got green light in there too, but we just call it blue light. That's completely disrupting your body, and it's actually the source of the light that is damaging to the skin. So if we were to go outside and expose ourselves to the sun, where this is exposing the same wavelength of light, there's actually an invisible spectrum in there, red and infrared, and that's a healing part of the sun, so we don't get too damaged from that very harsh blue light that's in the sun. So now you can see that it's not only disrupting our sleep, but light can be very damaging to our skin. It can cause inflammation. It can really amplify stress. So to get the most out of our sleep, this is key. It's your light source is key. So there are three massive things you can do to take charge of your health, to take charge of your sleep, get the most optimal sleep that you can, get total recovery, and increase your performance. So I hope this video brought you incredible value, and you implement these into your life and really make changes and reap the results. So I hope you have an incredible day, and I'll see you in the next video.